And that's right. Right now, we want to bring in Congressman Adam Kinzinger to talk now about everything that is going on. Thank you for joining us on the phone, Congressman.
You bet. Yeah.
Tell us, a lot of concern right now, what the president's response should be. What would you recommend?
Well, I think, let's see what the damage done is. It's great news that no Americans were hurt or killed. It appears that Iran, and this is what I was predicting and a lot of people were predicting from the beginning, would actually do something to say they did, but that they understood that escalation would not be in their interest. And so I think what's going to happen right now is probably, as was said in the lead-up, the president will reiterate his red line, which is American troops. We made a very good, positive impact with the strike that killed Soleimani. And I think both Iran and definitely the United States want to walk back off the cliff. But we are not going to vacate our position in Iraq. We're not going to vacate, obviously our allies and leave them behind. And so hopefully we can at least see, hopefully a permanent, but at least a temporary walking back from the ledge.
Okay, and Congressman, you just mentioned the attack, the drone strike on Soleimani. President Trump said, and I'm quoting here, that General Soleimani was planning a very big attack and very bad attack for us. Now, Anita and I spoke with your colleague, Jan Schakowsky, yesterday. She said when it comes to the intel on what precipitated the attack, it was murky at best. Can you kind of give us a summary, just in a very short statement, about why you think it was right to assassinate General Soleimani?
Yeah, well, quite honestly, she has not seen the intel that I know exists, or if she has, she's being disingenuous because it was going to be a massive and immediate escalation. I think that'll come out more today, to the extent that it can. And this was the right thing. Look, it was a legitimate military target. He was in Iraq. The United States have a status of forces agreement with Iraq, which allow us to defend ourselves, as well as an AUMF, authorization of the use of force there, as well as UN 51. So the president was well within his rights to stop it, and he targeted not 100-foot soldiers that were just getting a paycheck from Iran, but the actual guy behind this escalation of evil in the Middle East.
Now, he is the commander-in-chief, and he made this decision to take out Soleimani. He did not seek any advice from members of Congress that we know of, at this point. I'm sure he has the intel that you talked about. But going forward, is he going to have this conversation with members of Congress? Will he take into consideration even what some of your colleagues across the aisle have to say about this?
Yeah, I think, that'll be part of what happens in the briefing today. But look, members of Congress, as much as they want to say how important they are, we're not commanders-in-chief. It is not our job to debate in public whether to kill Soleimani, because obviously that's a target that basically pops in and out based on opportunity. That is the role of the commander-in-chief. What we do is declare if a state of war exists, and he was well within congressional authorizations to take the action, and I think, frankly, it's the very wrong place for the Democrats to be to try to get into this minutia of whether killing this evil man was technically not, consulting them enough.
Going to be a busy day on Capitol Hill. Adam Kinzinger, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it.
You bet. Take care, guys.